I'm ready. What happened? I have to
don't know if we're muted or not. I don't think we're muted.
Should be good now.
It's not? Tara's muted right now, guys, but
Is it on?
talk about technical difficulties. Not only did me and Tara show up late, we dropped every audio piece on the floor. So it's a great start to the night.
Try now.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey!
there she is. Holy smokes. We hear her now. Thank you guys and welcome to a brand new Old Carver Fishing podcast. Tonight, we got a good one. Kind of a last minute and a big appreciation to our guest today for kind of jumping in. He was actually in my YouTube live stream earlier today.
Oh, awesome.
And I was like, hey, you want to come jump on for a while and talk about bumping for catfish?
Yeah.
And lucky for us, that's what he's known for. But if you guys aren't familiar with this podcast, we do it out of Old Carver Fishing Bait and Tackle Shop here in Carver, Minnesota, your headquarters for all of your catfishing needs. Come on into Old Carver Fishing and check out their selection. On the table tonight, we have myself. My name is Luke Henches. Fish on Luke on the old YouTubes, the old TikToks, and the old Instagrams. And next to me, we have the wonderful Tara Lindsay. Tara Fishing on TikTok, Tara Fishing on YouTube, Tara Fishing on Instagram as well. She's a popular one. And obviously, at the head of the table here, next across from me, we have the co-owner of Old Carver Fishing Bait and Tackle Shop, owner of Stoked Custom Baits, Chewy Godinez Jr. And let me tell you what, Chewy's stressed out. I can sense it. I feel it.
We're here, though. We made it.
But we're here. And we got a good one tonight. We were going to talk about the upcoming – we got a tournament. I'm going to start it off while everyone's in here. We got a tournament this weekend here that Lisa's across the street puts on, right?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Right. I just want you to read Chris's comment here.
I feel the same way.
It's not the intro, Chris. The intro is only 30 seconds. The rest of it is just to let you guys know that we're going to go live.
Yeah, because you guys need 10 minutes to figure that out.
Yes. Actually, I need the 10 minutes to make sure everything's squared away.
Builds up
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I feel like I'm a little loud.
I feel
Am
like
I
I'm
loud?
so quiet. Am I quiet? In
I don't hear
ears?
myself very much, but if you can hear me, we're good. All right, we're good then.
You're pretty high.
You guys hear us all pretty well? Mic check for me.
Yeah, mic check for me, too.
Tara, you sound good.
I do?
Yep.
Okay.
It's just your headphones probably. But tonight we got a good one. We're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to end the second half of the podcast is going to be about the upcoming tournament here. And I can mention that now. If you want to involved and get in a Minnesota River Catfish tournament this weekend, get a hold of Old Carver Fishing Bait and Tackle Shop or get a hold of Chewy and get yourself signed up. How much is it a team or a person?
$30.
$30 a person. It's a solo tournament. You can fish as many people as you want in a boat, but it's a solo. So
yeah,
it's just you versus the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fun. It's the last weekend of league as well, so it's kind of together for that. Other than that, we can bring our guest in here in a second. His name is Mike Greenwell. He is he's a catfish aficionado, the bumping man himself, Mike Greenwell. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. How we doing, Mike?
Hey.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
We made it.
We're just glad we made it. We we looked at the clock. We were on the river. We weren't even fishing at this point. We were looking for agates on the river in a rock pile. Tara's a quarter mile up this creek, face down in the sand. And I'm like, Tara, we got to go. She's like, okay. She fell in the creek, all full of sand and mud.
Yeah.
Scraped up her sunburn. Did you fall on your back?
No, I was going under a tree and I fell in the creek under the tree and then I got up real quick and then my sunburn scraped against the tree.
But when I looked at the clock, when we were getting in the boat, it was 6:55. It's 12 miles from here and we were still 3 miles from the ramp and we had 35 minutes to get here, get the boat on the trailer and get here. But we made it, Mike.
Goodness gracious. That's called cutting it close, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
And we just wanted to make Chewy feel welcome.
I don't know if you guys can tell, they got like a lot more white hairs. You guys see that? Just stressing out for these guys to show up.
Oh.
But we came. He probably wasn't even expecting us to come.
Hey, if I can, real quick, while you guys was talking about tournaments, I wanted just to give a quick shout out to Team Indiana. This past weekend, we had Indiana versus Kentucky rod ripping catfishing trail event.
Wow.
And it's called Rumble on the River, and Indiana boys are now 2-0 against Kentucky. So,
Ooh,
Ooh.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Where can we follow that?
Rod ripping catfishing trail on Facebook.
Facebook.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys didn't
That's what
want
I
to.
like.
You guys didn't want to invite Minnesota, right? Because you guys were scared, or what's going on?
What's funny about it? They actually got a tournament director that's an Indiana boy, and they got another tournament director that's a Kentucky boy. So
Really?
they kind of said, you know what? Let's make something fun. It's a benefit tournament for a rehabilitation house.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
cool.
that's
A
awesome.
lot of the money went to it, and it's mainly just bragging rights. But
That's really, really cool.
it was
So
some.
you're based out of Indiana, Mike?
Yes, I am.
So you know this. Not everybody knows this. So if you're watching from the South or anywhere other than Minnesota or Iowa, most likely, well, most of Iowa, but especially in Minnesota, you guys do a specific way of catching catfish, and it's covering ground, and it's called bumping. And I've done it, and it's really hard. It's not hard to do. It's hard to get comfortable with the trolling motor enough where you feel confident that you're doing it right. And so Mike bumps. Mike's known for bumping. Bumping Mike. He is really good at it. And in Minnesota here, Mike, we stationary catfish, anchor, and throw out a rod because we can only have one rod out. It's really great. But I feel like you said today in my stream, the spot we were fishing right there, I feel like we could probably bump and maybe get some channel cats doing that.
I'd definitely be trying it.
So I want to start with this. Give us a little backing of your fishing history. When you started catfishing specifically, how long you've been doing it, and give us an idea of when you started bumping, and then we're going to get into what bumping is and what you use to bump.
All righty. I actually didn't start fishing until 2014. I've only been fishing for almost 10 years now. And my very first bumping trip was, I believe, 2016. We was going to head down to the Memphis, the very first Mississippi River Monster tournament they had. And so my buddy was like, you're going to have to learn how to bump because down the Mississippi River, that's all they do. So we was bumping along on the river, and the very first fish I caught, it scared the holy crap out of me. I didn't know what to expect. I let my thumb off of the spool, and I had a big old bird's nest. So luckily, it was just a little channel cat. But so I've only been fishing since 2014, and I've been bumping since 2016.
You put a lot of time in learning how to do it.
Yes, I worked with him on, he took me out, showed me the basics, and number one rule of bumping is boat control. You can ask anybody that bumps the Mississippi River, the Missouri rivers, the number one rule is getting that boat control. So when I went out one day, I was having a problem. I would take my anchor rods or drift rods, because I do a lot of drifting also, but I would take those rods with me, and then I would end up getting frustrated, and I would go to suspend drifting. Well, I left those other rods at home and just took bumping rods, and I made myself figure it out. Started off on a real sandy bottom, because if you can get it in that sand, you can feel that sand as you're bumping down through there. You can feel it on anything.
So people in Minnesota don't know what bumping is. So let's get into the basics of bumping, what you're looking for in contour, what you're looking for in bottom, what you're looking for. Are you marking fish when you're bumping? Are you just bumping a spot because it looks good? And then we'll go from there.
I personally I bump the spots because they look good, or I have been there before now. But basically, bumping is slowing your boat down with your trolling motor. A lot of people like to say half the current speed. Here on the Ohio River, we can get away with half the current speed. If I've got 1.5 mile an hour current, I can use the trolling motor and slow the boat down to about 0.6, 0.7.
So when you're bumping, you're using your trolling motor to slow you down going down with the current?
Yes. You got your boat, your trolling motor, and your boat, your bow is facing upriver.
So facing into the current, and you're just using the trolling motor to slow yourself down bumping downriver.
Yeah, well, I usually try to get on 5 on the trolling motor, and then you adjust down or up as needed. But I personally use a 2-ounce or a 3-ounce sinker. If I can get away, if I can speed the boat, let the boat go faster, in warmer water. Now, cooler water, you really want to slow that boat down and, give it more time for that fish to strike. But you want that bait bumping, you want that sinker bumping off the bottom, and you want your rig, your bait, personally for me, about 2.5 foot away from that sinker. You want it just bumping down the river. And I try to go about 75 to 100 yards behind the boat. So you got that out there quite some way.
So your bait's behind the boat and you're going backwards with the bait, but the bait's trying to go as fast as the current, but you're stopping it.
Yes. Well, you're not actually stopping the sinker, because you're not going to stop the sinker with that current. You're just you want to find your sweet spot with the trolling motor and your sinker bouncing off the bottom. If you can keep the boat at 0.7, you're doing a great drift with that 1.5 mile an hour current.
And when you're doing that, are you locked down, or how are you presenting the bait with your reel?
No, you want that bait. For me personally, you want that bait. You want that open bail. Just keep your thumb on the spool, and you can, whenever you go down a small ledge, or even when you're coming up, you got to let some line out, and then you got to reel some in. You can always tell when you're going down or up in the river, and you get good enough with these rods they're making nowadays. You can feel that tree, you can feel that rock, you can feel that car. I mean, just whatever is down at the bottom of that river, you start feeling it, reel it up, get it up over that, and then the same thing when you're coming on the other side of that. If you're not touching the bottom within that second drift, you better let some line out really fast. Let that sinker hit the bottom again, then you drip, and fishing, when you come over that ledge, bam, that's when they're going to hit.
Right. And your bail's open when they hit?
Yes, you get some thumb burners sometime.
So yeah,
I sent you a few clips. I think
we got them. We're going to show them.
I think I got a good thumb burner on that.
Let's watch a couple of those. We got some good ones on here. What do we got?
Well, those are the pictures alone.
Pictures.
Why don't you pick my littlest fish I ever caught?
That's
just a little afternoon bumping. Oh, no way, fish on.
So fun.
I thought that was so
We'll
cool
play it
when
again.
I saw it.
One time.
Just a little afternoon bumping. Oh, no way, fish on.
God, that's so fun.
Oh, that's good fish, guys. Oh, boy.
How long is that rod?
I was gonna say it looks long.
It was just a 7'6". It just, for some reason, with me sitting down bumping like that, it looked extremely long.
Hey, look, a 12-foot rod right there. So you need that long rod to bump.
So how slow do you go when the water gets down into the 50s? Do you bump when it's in the 50s at all, or not really?
I do. You're not supposed to. Everybody says you're not supposed to, but I went out last January and I was bumping. We didn't have a lot of current, thankfully, and so I was bumping the boat about 0.7, 0.8, and I caught 3 or 4 fish that day, and I actually made a YouTube video. They said it can't be done, but I did it.
You did it. God, it's such a cool. So Jacob and those guys kind of figured it out when they went to the Missouri. They crushed a couple months back. They went there and just done the best they've ever done in the Missouri. I mean, big fish, 30s and 40s all day long, and it's just like, and that's like Jacob said. It's all boat control because Ryan was in charge of his boat, and he's now put a graph on the back of his boat because of bumping, and Jacob said Ryan just figured it out really well, and he had like perfect boat control, and that was everything. And those guys.
That's one thing about having the graph on the back of the boat. By the time you see that fish, you've done past him. Your lines have done past him.
Right.
But it is cool to sit there and watch what you're going over, so because I like to pull up and redo the drift 2, 3, 4 times.
Okay. And do you ever fish spots you mark? Do you ever bump through wing dike holes, or do you ever do that?
Yeah, we got one good wing. We don't really have a lot of wing dikes here down this part. We got one. I bumped down in it when we got some good current. I actually took one of my buddies, and he got a 35-pounder. That was his personal best that day. And I was teaching him to bump, and that was just chaos. But it worked out, and it was sweet.
Your personal best was this year, wasn't it, bumping?
Yes.
How
Yes.
big was that?
51.
Yeah, I wish we had a picture. Do we have a picture of it?
No.
Isn't that big one he's holding?
I don't know. I just downloaded that one.
How big?
That one was caught suspend drifting, but it was the exact same size.
Really?
Yeah. I've actually caught 3.
Imagine that
51
hitting
pounders.
you on your way up.
Oh, that'd be great. We did suspended drifting on Wilson Lake as well.
You got that one.
Yeah, that's a good one there. And you're fishing the Mississippi primarily?
No, the Ohio River.
Oh, the Ohio.
Yes.
You have a lot of commercial fishing and bank lines and stuff there.
We're not so much on the bank lines, but the commercial fishing, they're putting a hurting on it.
Yeah, they used to hold the real big giants, right? A lot more of them.
Yeah, that's what all the old heads around told me, that I got into fishing just a little bit too late, because they used to go catch a 20, 30 pounder every trip.
Yeah, but you're finding the fish though.
Finally.
Yeah, it's still a special fishery. I mean, it's crazy. It just triggers me knowing even the James, how they commercial fish it. And their blue cats are invasive on the James.
Yeah,
they really hate them out there. And that's a world-class fishery there. You know the James River.
Mm-hmm.
But they just hate them. Just hate them out there. It's crazy to me.
Why?
They're invasive. They're naturally in there. So it's a brackish water tidal river. And it's just like the Potomac River. I'm pretty sure they're invasive in the Potomac too, aren't they?
Pretty sure, yes.
I'm pretty sure they are. Where Chunky and Haz do all their fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants those fish in there. Then look, those guys catch 40, 50 fish in a night on their streams.
Right.
And that's not, people forget, like, people come into my streams when I'm TikTok streaming or Terra streaming, they're like, why don't you catch more fish? And like, you guys watch Haz and frickin' Chunky way too much, because that isn't normal.
Yeah.
You're not going to catch 40 fish every time you go out. That's just not how it works in most places. But you know where it does work, Mike? The Red River.
Oh, really?
For chance.
How heavy can they get down there, Mike?
Oh, well, the Indiana record is 105 pounds right now.
Whoa.
And Kentucky, I don't know why they don't consider it the same, but
What's this one?
the record in Kentucky is 106.
106.
Yeah, that's a good fish. Anything triple digits, ginormous. Chris told me Muddy River Catfishing says Luke needs to be a pioneer and drag some baits. I might try it. I think that spot we were fishing would actually be a good spot to do it, because there's actually flow there in the middle, and those fish are all stacked down at the bottom of that hole. It's kind of like a big trough. You think that would work?
I don't know. I'm not a big dragger, so I don't know.
Bumping and drag. So what's the difference between dragging and bumping?
You have to have no current for a dragging situation.
Yeah, you're literally using the trolling motor to make the bait move.
Yeah, a lot of the guys around here, we pull upriver when we drag baits. We wait till the river gets down to Somerville, and they call it Lake Ohio. That's what a lot of the Missouri guys, Mississippi guys, they make fun of us, because our river gets down to where it's moving like a lake. And
that's
a lot of
how ours is. Right? Ours is like that right now. In a lot of spots.
More like the channels from cruises.
Yeah. So I think that spot, because the current is really slow, it's probably be easier to drag my baits than try to bump that, because I don't think it's fast enough to bump.
No, you'd be out there trying to use a half ounce and wouldn't be filling it. You'd have to have a great rod to fill a half ounce.
Yeah, I might try dragging though. I think Chris is right. I think it might be worth a shot. I mean, I'm probably going to lose some tackle.
If you don't get the right dragging weights, you're definitely gonna lose some tackle.
I got some good ones.
What are the good dragging weights? What style weights?
I got long sling weights that are kind of a curve. They're just like long. You have some in here somewhere.
The Cobras?
I can go grab one.
Yeah, go grab one.
You're talking about Chris. Where's his Cobras?
Yeah, Chris's weights.
Yeah,
Chris, you got dragon weights in here, don't you?
Dragon weights. Oh, dragon.
Dragging.
Let me see.
So if you guys do have any questions for Mike about bumping, make sure you ask in chat. We can get to that. There's one right there. He's got it right here. Yep.
It's a shorter one than what most people are used to using. And here's one of them real long ones.
Yep. There she is. And they just slide over the timber and the rocks. They're made so they don't get snagged.
Just imagine, this being a tree and it just comes right over it.
I'm sure it happens like that too. Huh?
You get a lot of play in your rod. It's if you take somebody new out catfishing dragging, they're all like, "Oh, bite!" And you're like, "No,
Right.
I just hung up."
Oh, that's so fun.
But I do have a miniature bumping rig that I made just for TV purposes.
Yep. There's the crane swivel, and then you got a 3-way.
Yep, just a 3-way swivel, and you want to come on the downside of that is where you want your sinker leader.
How big of a leader do you use for your sinker?
Well, normally, depending on weather, because I do shorten and lengthen some of my dragging or bumping rigs, depending on weather. But most of the time, I want it down to the barrel chain swivel.
Okay.
This one here is just a little bit short, and I just run a looper, so that way I can take them weights and
Yep.
slide them in and out.
Slide it through and flip it over. Do you use cannonballs?
I use cannonballs. I started out using the bank sinkers,
Yep.
but I have found that the cannonball sinker is actually better for me.
Yeah, I made about 100 of those for when I actually do go bump. So
You get more of a surface when
Yep.
you're hitting that, and you just, especially with the rods they're making nowadays. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of feel you get when you're bumping.
you have any recommended reels for bumping?
Well, there is so many out there. Everybody's getting into the low profile reels, but I'm such a stickler on my Abu Garcias that the old 6600.
Oh yeah. Gotta have the push button though.
That's a must. You must have the
to.
push button.
Yep.
If not, you're sitting there trying to click it with your other hand. And hold it.
Yep.
You got that right there. You can just pop it and you're good to go.
Yeah, that's nice. Yep. Then they have so I literally bought a Penn Fathom Low Pro just to bump with. I haven't used it yet, but I want to. What pound test do you run on your bumping reels?
I'm actually going to buy one of those Okuma convectors, and I'm going to try it out.
Tara's gonna get one for her bumping rod actually, because I actually mentioned that to her. I know Souders loves those convectors, Mike.
Yes, that's what made me want to try it.
And they're cheap.
Yes, $100. I mean,
Yeah, which is even better. And you can find them for even cheaper. What size convector are you thinking?
I can't remember what the exact one that Chris had is what I plan on getting. I've actually got it in my cart now. I just haven't paid for it.
No, I think I'm gonna I might get a convector as well. And I think Tara might pick one up because if we're gonna go bump, I at least want to have the right gear. And what line did you show me on there? I didn't see
It's
that.
a 50-pound braid.
Okay.
You want to have braid for the bumping.
Yep.
You use mono. It's got so much extra flotation that the current will pull up on it.
You use mono for your leaders, right? From the swivel down.
Mono from your leader. Yes.
And most of the guys do that abrasion resistance, guys. So when you're going over rocks and you're going over stuff that can cut your line, that mono is going to be 10 times stronger against abrasion than the braid. You get a nick in that braid and it's done with. So
yes, definitely. I run a pretty long leader on my bumping rig. Most of the time it's 2.5, 3 foot. And it's for that reason.
Yep.
If I know the fish are down in the mud, if you happen to catch one and he's buried in mud, I will cut it down almost in half sometimes.
And those convectors have line counters too, right?
I don't know if the convector does, but one of the two, there's a convector and there's a something else. One of the two has a line counter on it.
I think it's the convector, but I know G-Style Fishing said, "Hey, Luke," and then he asked, what would be a good low-profile reel with a line counter for bumping? I think the convector has it, the Okuma, but there's a bunch of good low pros out there. Do you use a line counter when you bump?
I do not.
I feel like that wouldn't be that beneficial, but maybe it would be. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
personally.
here for
I
you.
don't see any.
Maybe for you here.
Maybe. I'm just feeling bottom. I don't care how much line is out.
I know some guys do it. Some people get when you're teaching somebody, I guess it would be good because they could have a 3 ounce and you could have a 2 ounce. So your bait's out a little farther than theirs, and you can keep checking just to make sure you're not going to get into each other and other stuff like that. But
And someone said, Mad Catter said, "What's the purpose of the chain swivel?" So I know exactly why. Lots of points for no.
yeah, that's just going to twist. I took another buddy out this probably March, I think it was, and he did not have a chain swivel in the middle of his, and he kept dropping it down. We was trying to fish 3 mile an hour current, 50 foot of water. He would not feel bottom. He said, "What are you doing different? How come?" I said, "Well, pull your rig up and let's look at your rig." And he did not have that chain swivel. And so the bait was just getting all up into itself. And he was pulling it up and it was like this every time.
Yep.
And we cut it. We put that chain swivel on there and he was doing just fine after that.
Yeah, even for dragging, when we were dragging out on Wheeler and Wilson, Ashby always had crane swivels on, even the dragging stuff. Just eliminates a lot of BS.
And the 2 rods, I just bought both of these this year. First one is the Tangler with Catfish.
Yep.
It's actually a medium heavy, and this rod is probably one of the most sensitive rods that I've ever bumped with. I mean, it was bumping 4 mile an hour current and 60 foot deep with a 2 ounce sinker.
Okay.
And I'm feeling that bottom like it's nothing.
I like that.
Just a few weeks ago, I bought one of the Uncle Lou's bumping rods.
Oh yeah, good old Lee.
I had to give it a shot. And I've only had it out fishing one time because we are in summer pool here and we didn't have no current. But I took it out one day and I went up towards the dam just to try it out, and I did catch 1 7-pounder on it. So
okay, well that's cool.
That monster on it.
Lee's a really good guy. I've known Lee for a long time, and I've seen him come out with those rods, the Lou's rods. And
That's right. I've been catfishing for 8-9 years, and I've had 2 different style rods. But Uncle Lou, he's in the catfish community, so I bought an anchor rod from him, and I also bought a bumping rod from him. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and then Dale says the convector does have the line counter.
Okay, good deal.
So that's good. Yeah, so that's the reel we need to get. I should probably order those soon. I don't know if we'll be bumping this year, but
a lot of things. It's funny. I've heard some of the old timers, and it's dead on. They call bumping a fast finesse type of fishing. Because when you're bumping along, and it can fool you, it will fool you. You'll be bumping along, and you think you feel the bottom, and you stop feeling the bottom. As soon as you stop feeling the bottom, just reel up, because by that time the bait, the sinker and the leader's behind you, and you break it off. So
okay.
Because the loop in the line,
yep,
will catch that current, and it'll just keep pulling out on you.
And that's probably the benefit of running a little bit lighter line, like a 50-pound braid over an 80-pound braid. You get a lot less line drag in the current. So that makes a lot of sense. And then Mad Catter wants to know, can you bump with a float?
I do. When we get low current situations, I do put a float on. And say early spring, if I know them fish are really aggressive and maybe they're hearing that or something, I'll put that float on just for a little extra. Then if I have to put a 3 ounce or a 4 ounce sinker on to, take away from that float, I will do that.
No, a float on the rig, you mean?
A float, like a peg float
on
between
the
your
rig.
hook and the swivel.
Yeah, on the rig. Okay.
So would you rather be a little light or a little heavy if you only have so many weights?
I want to be as light as possible.
So if you're skipping bottom once in a while, you'd rather do that than be dragging bottom?
Yes.
Okay. So that
That's
makes sense.
probably what you're going to be doing.
What?
Going light.
I got a whole bunch of different sizes. I'm dragging here. I'm not bumping. I can't bump. Our current's not fast enough to bump. I don't even think our current's a mile per hour here.
No, you ain't bumping.
No.
I mean, but you could spot lock and walk a bait, is what we call it. That would be something.
Just kind of
you might have to have a little bit. You could probably get away with a 1 ounce or maybe even a 2 ounce, depending on your current. But
so you're talking
keep the boat stationary.
Spot lock, and then what?
Just keep the boat stationary. Toss it out. Just a very soft cast. And as soon as you feel that sinker hit the bottom, just start thumbing it and walk that sinker out behind a boat.
Walk it away from you.
Yeah, let the current just pull it on downriver.
So every time you lift it, let out a little line.
Every time you lift it, let out a little line, and it'll eventually get back there to where it won't move anymore. So what I do in that situation is just lock it, put it in a rod holder, grab the other one on the other side of the boat, and walk it back.
Yeah, I wish we could do that, Mike.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, they never do that.
We can't do
Every
that.
time they go out, they only use one rod each. Guaranteed, Mike.
Yeah, we can't use extra rods here.
Wow. See,
We never use two, Mike. Come on.
I'm so I guess spoiled that some days if I know I'm gonna go bump or drift a pretty good flat area, I'll drop a couple of suspended rods at the same time I'm bumping.
Oh,
That sounds great.
what a dream.
I think we need to walk some baits in that hole we fished today.
Yeah, I'm down.
There's a lot of fish in there.
Watching you guys fish today, I don't think you would ever make a whole run. I think you're going to catch a fish before it gets back here and stops.
You think so?
I really do.
Well, I'm excited to try it.
Me too.
You think walking bait? You gonna come fishing one time?
I want to try that.
Well, let's do it. Chewy's gonna do. Mike, I don't know if you know, but I can already tell you, Chewy's gonna be so puckered up in the back of my boat when I'm jumping sandbars, getting to the spots. You should see this river right now. I'm launching sandbars trying to get to spots. You can't even go any. No prop boat can go out of Belle Plaine anymore. There's no way. You wouldn't make it to the first boat. You couldn't even make it to the first corner right now with a prop boat. Chewy's gonna be, what are you doing? Tara's so used to it now.
Yeah.
What do you got to say, Chewy? You're about to say something. Let's hear it.
Tara gonna be with us?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm okay.
Oh, I keep you safe.
I asked Chewy.
I'll be like with Lupita when we get on the roller coasters. I'll be like this.
You don't want to show her how embarrassed it is.
Every picture that we got on the roller coaster coming down, I'm like this.
Oh, you don't like roller
Oh,
coasters?
hell no.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're
Hell
gonna hate
no.
the jet boat. I almost got Chewy to fish one time, and then he didn't show.
Why do you have to bring that up? Mike don't care. Nobody
Everyone
cares.
else does.
Chris might care, but that's it. Oh, this is interesting.
Bumping's cool.
So now that chain swivel, can it only be used for that type of fishing, or can you use it for regular type?
No, I use it when I suspend drift. Just
for that type style, that's what it's good for.
yeah. I mean, if you got a long leader, you probably want that in the middle somewhere. Just to stop with that line twist. You know, we use them big old skipjack heads, and it needs sitting down there twirling, flipping, and flopping, and
Yeah.
I don't know what else we got.
I don't know. This is pretty
I pretty
interesting.
much feel confident I can go bump now.
I wish we had more videos of Mike.
Yeah, I wish we had more videos too. Yeah, I don't have any.
We'll have to bring him back. We have to. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to bring him back. And
It'd be kind of
have him
cool to
watch
get you and a couple other bumping guys like Huggins and whoever else bumps big into bumping.
because we've had people stop at the shop and ask for bump rods, but I always tell them, well, where are you going to do that here?
Not around this part of the river.
But they really want them. Some of them have asking for a kayak.
Really?
I do want to give a shout out to them boys on the Mississippi River and the Missouri River. They got that 4, 5, 6 mile an hour current constant. And them boys out there, I got the nickname in the catfish community from Fields to Water, Chad. He gave me that nickname. But them boys that are over on that Mississippi River and the Missouri River, them boys they're better than me at this. I mean, they know their stuff. When you're running 6 mile an hour river, you slow the boat down to probably 4 mile an hour, and you're banging that sinker off the bottom going that fast. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
I have a question for you, Mike. Here's Chris. Do you travel a lot for fishing?
Me?
Yep.
This year I kind of slowed down a little bit on traveling, but in the past years, yeah, we've been all the way down to Alabama. We've been to Memphis. We've been, there's a somebody in the catfish community was putting together an old school type online tournament where you have to go fish a spot that you've never fished before, and you leave your depth finders at home. Well, that was really cool, and I signed up for it. I ended up fishing the in-person tournament the same day. But I'm thinking to myself, man, I got to go like 2.5 hours up or down river to try to do that because I fished, 5 hours of the Ohio River from where I'm at, 2.5 hours both ways. So
Yeah. It's a lot of moving.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you flathead fish on the Ohio a lot?
no, I like that boat moving. I mean, I hardly ever catch any flatheads. I think that's the reason why is because my boat's always in motion.
Yeah.
I'm either bumping, I'm suspended.
You never catch any bumping?
Very seldom. I think
Really?
last year I caught 2 bumping. So this year
Wow.
I haven't caught one bumping this year at all.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends where you're at too, huh? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I could probably bump a little bit closer to some structure and but I like them ledges. I'm a ledge guy. Get right on that ledge. It's the highway, byway.
are you fishing the top of the ledge, the middle of the ledge, or all the way at the bottom?
I'm fishing all the way at the bottom of it.
Right at the bottom of the break.
Yep.
I like that. It's like how we sturgeon fish too. I mean, even channel cats, same thing. I mean, they're running those lanes. Is that where the seams are typically on the river too?
Yes.
Yep. God, it just sounds fun. And I might need to just come out there and fish with you a weekend or something.
Bring it on. We'll make sure we got some current before we set it up. But
Yeah, I probably should. I know Tara's been getting the itch to try to do it too. And I mean, we're only
tell you
60 and a half.
though,
What's that?
when you get into it, you won't want to fish any other way.
I know.
Is it exhausting?
is
Like, do your
super-
arms hurt?
No, you'll see it. Well, if I'm having one of them real long days, I'll be bumping left-handed. I'll switch it over and I'll bump right-handed.
Jacob said it was brutal.
But when you're not catching fish, yes.
Yeah.
But when you're catching fish, your excitement level, you just don't know when that next fish is going to hit. And there's also been times where I've been bumping. It's been one of them slow days, and you just kind of looking around. There's not really paying attention to what you're doing. You just kind of get into the motion, and that fish hits, and it dang near takes you right in real front.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
What are your favorite baits to use for bumping?
I'm skipjack and shad. Although
The good stuff.
last Thursday I was out suspended drifting, and a lot of guys are going to be like, "What?"
I wanted to say bass.
I caught a 51 pounder on chicken drifting,
Really?
Was it Kool-Aid
Yep.
chicken?
just plain chicken breast.
You and Dieter been hanging out or what?
And then Saturday in the tournament, I was like, man, I caught a 51. I'm going to take it in the tournament too. I caught a 37 on that chicken in the tournament Saturday.
I love that.
If you would have added garlic to the chicken, it would have been a 60
I don't even-
pounder.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
It's always those chicken guys.
Dude, every time I'm streaming, someone's like, "Do you ever use Kool-Aid chicken?"
No,
Yeah.
every time.
I was like, "No, I don't use Kool-Aid chicken."
I've never used Kool-Aid chicken, but I have tried the weenie with
I've tried
Kool-Aid,
hot dogs
and
with
that's- Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
that's worked.
I didn't catch anything on mine.
That's worked. It works.
Did it?
For the shrimp guys, they always show
And I
it
don't
too.
know,
Shrimp guys.
gizzards work good too.
Yeah,
And
chicken
they're from the
gizzards.
desert, yeah.
Chicken liver.
I used to be so against using chicken. It's been drilled in my head from all the old heads, they just want cut bait. They want what's in the river. There ain't no dang chicken in that river, And one day I just couldn't find no bait. So I put the boat back on the trailer, went to the grocery store, picked up a pack of chicken, went back to the river,
Chicken breasts.
just plain chicken breast. And I
Gosh,
think that
that's
day we
great.
caught like 25 fish on chicken. I had to go back to get some more chicken.
I need to make a video doing that.
Yeah, just trying random.
I think what we need to do is when I'm going to make a video. I just thought of this because I'm so intuitive.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Here we go.
It's going to be, we're going to cut up half the chicken, put it on as bait and catch fish. Then we're going to cook chicken and fish that we catch on the chicken. We're going to do a surf and turf with chicken that we use as our bait.
All right.
That's what I commented on your live stream earlier, as Quentin was in there and he made that video about that Pam. I
Yeah.
said, get your chicken, spray it with Pam, and get the fishing.
That's right. So, Chewy, I don't know if you know this, but Tara was less than 2 pounds away from the state record today.
On what?
Short nose gar.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It
It's on
happened.
camera?
Yeah. It's on my
Look at that
YouTube.
chunky gar.
Thick back.
Like-
short nose.
Thick.
Less than 2 pounds away from the record.
Caught today?
Yeah. Cut bait. Or cut bait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
I know. I
Good
was
one.
just as shocked as
Really?
you are.
Mm-hmm. Record's 5 pounds 5. Hers was 3.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously it's a ways away when it's only 5.5.
Regardless, it was huge.
It was a biggest one I ever seen.
That's what I'm saying with Mac Header right there.
Garlic chicken is better. If you skunk, you just throw it on the grill.
That's right.
Aw.
That's right.
Aw.
I love that. Mike usually fishes after work live on his channel every Thursday bumping. Is that true, Mike?
Bumping if I can, but every Thursday I'm out there from 4 to probably about 4 p.m. Central to about 6:30 p.m. Central.
What channel is that?
On LubeTube?
Yep.
On YouTube?
Yep. YouTube.
Okay, I think I added that to the link under the description.
What about TikTok?
Tiki Taki? Do you do
I've only done one live on TikTok. I need to do another one.
You're
Yeah.
popular on TikTok.
It was a good live.
That's where I found out who you were when Luke told me you were the guest, and that's where I found
Yeah.
you on TikTok. And then I followed, and then I also subscribed to that Catfish Now, so you popped up there too. So
Popular,
Yeah.
right?
you
He
wrote a
wrote-
nice
he wrote-
article on why we
He wrote a pretty good article about me. Yeah.
catfish is in the link.
I like that.
Cool.
Speaking of old Fields the Water, he just popped in the chat.
Hey.
Is that the old Chatty?
He's the one that gave me the nickname, Bumpin' Mike.
Is that
Bump
Chadwick?
Mike.
Is that the Chadwick that's Lyle's third favorite son?
Oh man, here we go.
Jesus Christ, is Lyle in here?
Well, Lyle, he knows I'm number one. I don't think Chad will say anything.
I thought I saw Lyle in here.
He's in here. Or he was in here.
He's always watching.
He probably fell asleep doing the intro.
Yeah. So we'll definitely get you on again. But if people do want to get watch some of your videos or have any questions, Mike Greenwell Fishing, just go to YouTube.
Yep, just type in Greenwell Fishing on YouTube. It's been popping up the very first one, and I also have a Facebook page called Greenwell Fishing.
And TikTok.
Go like it. I'm over on TikTok.
Yeah.
Sweet videos.
Not
The
baby fish.
takedown videos. I love posting the takedown videos on TikTok. They get a lot of views.
Yeah, they're great. I got my first guideline strike the other day, so not good.
If you want to,
Wednesday.
if you could pull up the TikTok, go to the one that's got 880,000 views and play that one. That takedown is
The
just,
takedown one?
yeah, it was like a 26 pounder, but oh my god,
Yeah.
Hammered it.
All of your videos that are takedowns are sweet.
they just slam it.
She loves
Yeah,
those.
I love those. I love them.
Well, I think we're gonna get back. We're gonna get to our tournament talk about here for the weekend, but we'll definitely have you on again. Make sure if you guys have any questions for Mike Greenwell Fishing, you can find him on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And we appreciate you coming on last minute here and being one of our guests. It was a really, really great experience, and we appreciate you coming in.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you asking, buddy. I appreciate
All
you
right.
guys.
Thanks, Mike, and have
Thanks,
a good
Mike.
night.
Have a good
See
one,
you
Mike.
guys.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's a great interview.
Uh-huh.
He knows a lot. He does it a lot, and he's only been doing it since 2016.
I know.
bumping.
That's what
But that don't matter. Time on the water is everything.
he says. Self-made catfish.
That's what people always say. Well, that guy's been fishing for 40 years.
No.
Well, no, I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
You talk to some old guys. I've been fishing this river for 50 years, and I said in my head I'm thinking I probably fished more in the last 2 years than you fished in the last 20.
How long have you been fishing the river?
This river or just river fishing?
River fishing.
The year after I met Lyle, so I've been river fishing for 2009, so
Mm,
quite a ways.
it's a good stretch.
Tara was like 11.
Oh man, no, I'm on year 4. All right.
No, see, you were 11 when I was.
Oh,
started
I was 11 years
catfishing.
You're right. You're right. Geriatric.
I should ask him. Is he going to CatCon? I should ask him.
Oh,
Mike
that's
was
what I was
going
going to
to
ask
CatCon.
him. Mike, if you're in chat in the comments, let us know if you're going to the Catfish Conference in Kentucky. Louisville.
Kansas.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Jeez, I'm losing my mind.
Geriatric.
It's those 2 cookies you ate.
Apparently. Dude, she's been harping me all day.
Roasting.
All day.
Yeah.
Why?
You're teeing me up.
I shout her out on my YouTube, and then she just makes fun of me the whole time.
The people love it.
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
She's brutal.
It's all in fun.
So answer some questions on the upcoming local Steamboat Day Catfish Classic
in Carver,
Minnesota. So the questions, just a couple of questions that were asked. One is
It's this Saturday, you guys.
Friday.
It's Friday?
Huh?
It's Friday night.
League's Friday night too then?
Are you sure, Chewy?
Mhm.
Oh, I looked. Okay.
It's Friday?
It's always been on a Friday for the final.
Holy cow.
Well, last year we did it on a Saturday,
Holy cow.
but the people couldn't do it because some of them either are part of the festivities here or then they'll be drained for the parade or whatever. So we moved it to Friday
Just to ruin your Saturday?
just to
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Okay, I'm not going to talk smack. It's your thing, so.
yeah. So it's Friday. Yeah. Anyhow, so the questions was asked, and me and Luke had talked about this earlier. Is what if they don't? It's anywhere in the Minnesota River, so you can fish anywhere in the Minnesota River. Some are asked questioning if what if somebody fished another river, and then uploaded any of the catches that they have. And the thing is that Fishbrain did get back to me and said that they will GPS track the photos, and on Saturday they will notify us if somebody caught a fish outside of the boundaries.
Oh, cool. That's
So-
really nice.
There's no way for them to cheat. There's no way for you to upload any pictures that are saved or that are in any way. If
It has to be right from the app.
has to be right from the app. It does detect if something's been altered, so it won't even load it up for you guys. So it's very important that you upload it straight from the app. You don't need an internet connection; it'll still upload
Yeah,
it no
that's
matter
the
what.
best part.
And the other thing is just make sure you follow the rules like last year, except for the ones that don't have a scale that you can measure the fish. The rules it sits in the rules how you should do it, and there's also videos on Fishbrain and Fish Donkey, themselves. So you just follow that, and then there's also a legend or a chart for channel cats and for flathead catfish that you can see where you end up in the measurement, and then you just enter that weight when you upload your picture. And your weight, when you enter it, it has to be straight pounds. It will not take ounces. So it'll have to
Right.
be whatever, 1776.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Brandon. So it starts Friday at 7 p.m. and ends on Saturday at 7 a.m. September 9th to September 10th.
yeah,
I like that.
And this is Fish Donkey.
Fish Donkey.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you guys have the Fish Donkey app if you're going to fish
Yeah, I
the
said
tournament
Fish
this
right now.
weekend.
And you can practice uploading fish on there too.
Yep. I had a couple guys here in the shop practicing. So
Yeah. It's pretty easy to do.
it is. After they did a couple times, it's
Super easy.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Tara taught me how to do it in right away.
Yeah.
It wasn't
It
bad.
doesn't take much, but I mean,
As long as people still got to take the good pictures and videos, though. But they don't have to send them to your phone, which is nice.
Yeah.
They're all right there on the app. If you guys aren't familiar with Fish Donkey app, it's a tournament application on your mobile device, Android and Apple. It's a great thing. You can create your own tournaments on there, and you can invite people to join them. You can join tournaments. You can search tournaments and just join random tournaments you find on Fish Donkey, which is really cool. And it's very user-friendly, super easy to use, in my opinion, especially as a user, not a creator. It's probably a little more complicated setting something up. But in terms of Darren Amundsen started Fish Donkey a couple years back. It's been quite a big hit. I wasn't sure right away. I was like, God, I don't want someone to know everywhere I'm fishing, but it's really not like that.
No, you guys can't see location.
I'm saying,
or
like,
anything.
if you put on a tournament, you can't even see, can you?
I chose not to.
Oh, you can actually do it
Yeah.
to see. Okay.
So I chose not to. So,
So
no,
that's
all
one.
I'm gonna know. The only thing they're gonna notify me is somebody's out of boundaries.
Okay, that's
That's it.
cool.
That's it.
So if you guys are interested in fishing the tournament this Friday, I guess I thought it was Saturday. It's my fault. Contact the Old Carver Fishing Bait Shop either on Facebook or call the shop. Where do they sign up for it?
On the Fish Donkey app.
Right on Fish Donkey. What do they search for?
Steamboat, is it Catfish Classic?
let me look.
I think we put under Catfish Classic. I think we removed the Steamboat at their request. They kind of helped me with the title to make it stand out, and
Yeah.
she gave me pointers. So we changed it up. So I think it ended up being the Catfish Classic.
Yeah, you can hold this up to the screen if you want. Catfish or Steamboat. Oh, sorry. Catfish Classic 2022 Steamboat Days.
Okay.
Is
So
what
we
it's
reversed
called.
it. That's what
Good idea.
I know we messed with the.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
It's pretty far away.
Yeah, you can't see it, but
Catfish Classic 2022
Yeah.
Steamboat
Yeah, you can go to
Days.
the Old Carver. You can go to Old Carver Fishing Facebook page, and the link for Fish Donkey is on there. You just click and just register, and then you'll be able to see all tournaments that are available.
and it's the entire Minnesota River.
Entire Minnesota River.
Yep. So you cannot go to the Mississippi.
Nope.
Can't go past the confluence of the Mississippi and the Minnesota.
Nope.
And you can't go past. Well, you're not going to go past the Granite Falls Dam most likely, anyways. But
Nope.
that's pretty much the boundaries. It's about 280 or 320 river miles. So if you can't find a place to fish, you should probably quit fishing.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Is it free, Chewy, or what's the price?
It's $30 entry fee.
Okay.
$30.
So $20 goes into the pot for and it's largest stringer, which is the best of four.
Either
Four combined. It could be two
channel or
flats
flats.
channel or flats, and then there's a prize for the biggest flathead caught, and
Yep.
then the prize for biggest channel caught.
No carp?
No carp. We didn't do the carp.
Okay.
Darn.
That would have been fun.
No.
Tara could just think about it while she's working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at work all weekend.
Not that we can't do it. It's just that because I took it off. So when they were helping me re-unload it and make the changes that they think would be best for it, I took it off and didn't add it back on.
Okay.
So I just left it off.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
And
a
also the
catfish
kids too. The kids
anyways.
tournament, I left it off. I thinking that maybe I want to see how many kids we can get, and then we can always just do one tomorrow and just do it separate, just the kids. So
Yep.
and then make it daytime, not nighttime.
Yeah. That's
I know
a good
some guys, some kids have parents that can be with them and fish with them.
Yeah.
I know there's a few because they were last year.
Yep.
This year we just want to make it just daytime for the kids.
So if you guys want to get in on the tournament, go to the Old Carver Fishing Bait and Tackle link on their Facebook page. You can go right on to Fish Donkey application on your phone and search Catfish Classic 2022, and it will come up as well. You can pay the entry fee right on there, and you can go.
Oh, it's Mike.
And you can go fishing.
Mike's still there. I don't
Um,
know if you heard us, Mike. Are you going to go to the CatCon?
yeah, are you going to the Kansas City CatCon, Mike? Que hora?
Keora?
Let's say 33.
8:33.
He just posted. It just popped up.
Oh, did it? Oh, I see it on the bottom now. Well, other than that, I don't even know.
I also had questions of the sturgeon. So it is going to happen. We just don't. It's going to happen in October. We just don't have the date set yet. right?
Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
That'll
So-
be really fun. That's going to be a singles, right? Stringer of 2, 12 hours. I think that's perfect.
Every tournament we've had has been 12 hours.
I think like 4 to 4 would be primo supremo.
Yeah.
Well, he's not answering. I can
Okay.
message him. But I think we're going to call that one a podcast. We got some really good information from Mr. Greenwell Fishing. Really great chat about bumping. Got a little bit about the tournament. I'm pretty tired out right now. We hunted a lot of rocks today.
I'll never forget CatCon.
It's a lot of work. Kansas City Catfish Conference, October 7th and 8th, guys. Friday, Saturday. Make sure you guys get your pre-sale tickets bought for that. Steve Douglas puts the Catfish Conference on. If you're from here in Minnesota, make sure you guys go give it a look. Don't be scared. Send it. All your favorite YouTubers are going to be there. They're all down-to-earth people. You got River Certified. You got Catfish Clothing. You got Muddy River Catfishing will be there. You got Has Life Fishing on TikTok will be there. I don't think Chunky's coming, but everyone will be there.
Fish on Luke will be there.
No, I asked. I was. Actually, Chunky's wife was on TikTok,
Yeah.
and I asked him, and said that they weren't
They're
going to
not
make it.
coming.
Yeah.
But overall, a lot of good vendors there. If you want to get rods, put rods in your hand and feel what they feel like. Flex them, hold them. Holding a rod is most important thing ever. If you want a rod, hold it in your hands, and that's the place to do it. You're going to have Catch the Fever is going to be there, I think. Rippin' Lips will be there. Mad, what's the other one? Mad Cat?
Mad Cats
Mad Cats will be
Slime
there.
Cats would be there.
Slime Cat will be there.
Some other ones.
Whisker Seeker's gonna be
Catfish-
there,
what
I'm
is it?
sure.
Warrior Cat.
Warrior Cat will probably be there.
I think it's Warrior Cat.
I don't know. It's going to be a great thing. A lot of vendors, boats, hooks, terminal tackle, and great company. A lot of people hang out at night at the
We're
hotel.
gonna be there.
It's fun.
The whole crew's gonna be there.
Everyone,
The whole
It's
carver
gonna
fishing
be-
crew's gonna be there.
podcast
We're
We're gonna
crew
be
will
selling
there.
churros.
Yeah.
Churros. That's what we're gonna be
I
selling.
love myself.
Churros and corn in a cup. What do you call that again?
Elote.
No,
Elote.
Esquite.
Esquite, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into this podcast, Old Carver Fishing Podcast. Other than that, we appreciate you watching. We will see you guys on the next one. Have a wonderful evening.
See you guys.
Bye.